Hello, good morning. Welcome back to class today. So, we're going to continue with the statistics, particularly in calculation of statistics, mean of group data, the calculation of the mean of group data. Another word for mean would be average. Okay, so how do we calculate the average or the mean of group data? So, the mean of group data is calculated use there are two methods we're going to look at. We're going to look at the arithmetic mean method and the assumed mean method. Okay. Now the arithmetic mean method is quite straightforward. So considering this distribution of numbers, before we actually start calculating mean, the normal way would have been for us to add all of these numbers together and divide by the total number of appearances. Like in this case, if you look for there are about 10 by 5, that's about 50. So ordinarily we are supposed to add all these numbers together and divide by 50. But to make it easy, we have to first group this data by constructing a frequency table. So if we are to do it the normal way we have learned before, it will be it will be to actually have our numbers written as x. So excuse me. So we represent the weight of the student as x on the table. Then we can have tally and then the frequency. Okay, that's the normal way we tend to do this. But because if you look at these numbers very well, the lowest of them is 18, okay, and the highest is 40. So that means we might need to actually write numbers from 18 to 40. That's a lot. That's going to be a long list of numbers. Okay, so that's going to have about 22 rows because 40 minus 18 is 22. So it only makes sense that instead of having that 22 rows, that we use a classification known as a class interval. So we have what we call a class interval. So you'll be told to classify using the class interval either of 3 or 4 or 5. Usually uses 5 or 10 depending on how much numbers we have. So we have class interval. For the purpose of this distribution of number, I will be using 3. So let's use the classification of 3. So having 3 numbers in a group starting with 18. So that means I'm going to have 18, 19 and 20. So that means 18 to 20 is going to be the class interval. Okay, then followed by the next group of 3, which will be 21 to 23 to 22. That's 21, 22 and 23. Okay, then I have to go from 24, 25, 26. That's 24 to 26. So this sort of grouping is known as using class intervals. Okay, and then we have 27, 28, 29. Okay, then we have 30 to 32. This is how we use the class interval. But what you would observe is that using these actually kind of like mean we don't have a representative number. Let me take the tally out now. Sorry, that's what I want to say. We don't have a representative number. So because of that, another classification is used, which is known as the class mark. So we have the class mark. The class mark is like having a representative, a number that can represent all the group, because we already have a group here. So the class mark then is choosing one number as the representative number, and that's one that actually can be denoted as x. Okay, and the way this is done usually is to take the average of the first and the last number in the group. Okay, so take average of 18 and 20. So you have 18 plus 20. In this case, you have 18 plus 20 and divide by 2. 18 plus 20 divided by 2 give us the class mark of that. 6 plus 20 is 38 divided by 2. You have 19. So we'll do the same thing for the next group. 21 plus 23 divided by 2. That's 44 divided by 2. That's 22. So this is how we actually have to derive. Then we have 25. take 24 plus 26, 27 plus 29 should be 56, divided by 2, we have 28. So this is how we actually build this table. So you have to build a table of class interval, the class mark, then we have tally and then the frequency. Okay. So following this method, I will show you the prepared table that for this data that has been done already. Okay, so here is the table of class intervals and class mark and then the frequency for the data we have been given. So we have a class intervals of 3 and the class mark is gotten by taking average of each interval then the frequency. But if you go back to the formula we are going to use for arithmetic mean, it's actually summation fx over summation f. Okay, the formula is this is used to denote mean, summation fs over summation f, which means that we need fx. We need to have frequency multiplied by the class mark for each interval. Okay, that makes it easy. So we have to have this f multiply this x. So we can add a fourth column here that's going to be like this. So you have fx. So this is the ideal table for calculating the arithmetic mean of a group data, where you have the class mark, the frequency, and then the frequency times the class mark. So taking this table to the board, let's calculate the arithmetic mean of this data. Alright, so I'm just wiping out the one we just finished. So according to the table we have now, we have fx, so mean is represented as bar x, actually equal to summation of fx, okay, over the summation of f. So using a calculator, you can quickly add all of these fx together, and then if you do that correctly with a calculator, you get 1422. That's 1422, and the summation of f is actually 50. Okay, if you pull those two together in this formula, we have 1422, which is summation fx divided by 50, summation f, sum of all frequency, and you press that in the calculator or you solve using long division method, you're going to get 28.44 as the mean, which is approximately 28. That's how to determine the mean of group data. Okay, so go to the example of using the assumed mean now. Now going to the use of assumed mean, the idea of using assumed mean to calculate the mean of a group data is to first of all predict or assume the mean, as the name implies, assume the mean, what the mean would be, and then use that in preparing a different table, not a different table, like a modified table sort of. So it means looking at this group of data, looking at the class mark, we have 19 to 40, so we can assume which of them will be the mean, which of them will be in the middle. Okay, so this 19, 22, 23, 25, so I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I'm to assume the mean, I'm to assume, okay, if all of these numbers are added together and divided by it's a group of 7 or so, which of them will be the mean? My assumption will be 28. So once I have 28, I'm to use this my assumed mean to get a different column on the table, which is identified as D. This D is deviation. How I get D is that I will subtract my assumed mean from each of the class mark. So I'm going to have 19 minus 28. Since I'm using 28 as my assumed mean, 19 minus 28, that will give minus 9. Okay, that will be D. Then 22 minus 28, 25 minus 28, like that. So I'm going to show you something like that. So yeah, here is a table that is assumed mean. So as you can see, D, which is deviation. I've chosen my as 28, and then I subtract that from all of the class mark, all of the class mark from this, which is 19 minus 28, and then yeah. So once I take that out, I get D, and the next thing is to have FD. Okay, so I have F times D, F times D for each of the intervals. Okay, so once I have that, then I can use the assuming method. What is the formula for the assuming method? It is at alright. So having this table of deviation from the assumed mean and FD, then we can calculate the mean as is as the A A plus summation D summation FD. I mean, okay, summation of FD over summation F. Okay, where this A is actually the assumed mean. So we have to get the assumed mean, the mean we have assumed, and then add the quotient of the summation of FD over summation F. So the assumed mean is given here. So for this work I have chosen the assumed mean as 28. So we're gonna say the mean there using the assumed mean method is actually 28, which is our assumed mean, plus summation FD. If you use a calculator to add all of this together, taking into cognizance the negative sign for the first three numbers, you get something as 12 over 50. You have 12 over 50. Summation F still remains 50. Okay, and when you divide 12 by 50, you get of course 0.24. So that means mean should be 28.24, which is also very close to what we had before. I think the last one we have is 20.44. Okay, and that's, like I said, it's just approximately 28. So it means it's approximately 28. Okay, so that's the assuming. So this assuming method using A plus summation F gives us summation F, and therefore the regular mean is actually just summation F x over summation F. Please take note, right, that for the assumed mean you just have to assume. There's not any right or wrong. So you just have to assume, but your assumption has to be a number that is actually close to the middle. Like in this case, I used 28, which is actually the number here, like in the middle. So here's going to be what you do. So your activity to actually repeat this process to get a table, but instead of using 28 like I did, you should use 31. 31 is also close to the middle. So use 31, get your deviation, get your FD, and then calculate the mean, assume mean, using 31 as your assuming instead of 28. So try that out. That will be your assessment for this particular lesson. And I'll catch you in the next lesson. Stay safe and be good.